morning, probably good afternoon if you're watching in Texas. This is Adam Vincent Gilmer, Double Diamond, and I'm coming to you from Lake Tahoe, Incline Village. Sorry I can't be with you in person this weekend, but the management and, Betty Perez, AK, and Rod Larson all asked me to put together a personal video so I could talk to you about, leadership development. If you're just wondering, just came in off the slopes with my son AJ. With this COVID stuff that's happening here in the United States, our schools closed down, everything went virtual again. So we just decided to stay up here after Christmas and the New Year's, so we could snowboard, hang out as a family, and be together. But all of our lifestyles, if you think about it, come at a price. And there's a price to pay for building leadership in anything, including Jeunesse Global. So I want to talk a little bit about leadership development, what it really takes to live out the lifestyle you really, really want, number one. Number two, the kind of mindset and changes you're going to have to go through in order to make those things happen. And lastly is how you can attract other people with a similar mindset that you have or that you are looking to develop. I've traveled around the world with this amazing company and building teams in so many different places. And I will tell you that there are characteristics of leadership, and it doesn't matter about the language barriers, but it does matter about the individual leader's belief system. And when I talk about belief system, even though we just got done doing a 1 day and a 3 day workshop, we did a 1 day workshop on the 1st of January for people to get organized and focused. Then we did a 3 day workshop with teams globally to help people not only set their goals and their objectives, to really go after what they want to create here in 2022 and go after their goals, their dreams, their aspirations, the things that, helps set the stage for this year and beyond. All right, so leadership qualities. The first thing I want to say is that every leader I know, or every leader we've developed, has understood that they have to have a journal, a daily planner, an organizer, something they can go to where they can put their thoughts and things together. And I just, of course, started my new journal. You see my name there at the bottom, right? And this is a journal, a calendar, an organizer. It's where I keep my notes, my goals, my dreams, my aspirations and things. And it's important. The reason why it's important, ladies and gentlemen, is because most people, developing a leader, these things come almost, I want to say natural, but these things come to leaders who are making their world happen around them. They're in the world, but they're conscious that they can become more and be more. So for me, I have a purpose statement, the commitment of my conscious and subconscious mind, where that comes together. And then I've been planning and organizing and putting a whole bunch of things down in writing, right? And the reason why leaders do this kind of stuff, just so you know, right? Everything planned out, January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December, the 4 quarters, planning things out. Leadership development is, if you're called to be a leader and you're watching this video right now, even though we've developed time freedom through the multiple streams of income that we have, including our Jeunesse business, my encouragement to you is don't take, everything in life as the only programming that you need. Go to personal development workshops, get the right kinds of books, surround yourself with people that are on the same mission in life that you are, and have a plan. Leaders, do this kind of thing, okay? And if you're going to be that kind of leader, these are the things that are super important for you to look for in yourself, and also look for in other future leaders. Maybe you're just getting started with Janessa and you're brand new and it's your first event and you're in Texas and you're all excited. Great. I just want to tell you, I've had over 10 years of experience working in this company. We've had incredible journeys globally around the world, opening new markets, making things happen. And, people are always saying to me like, well, isn't the name Jeunesse saturated? I'm like, saturated where? Most people, if you ask your neighbor where you live in Texas, have you ever heard of Jeunesse? Chances are the answer is no. So, there's 7 billion people on the planet. We're not as big as Amazon or one of those other companies, but our growth trajectory at one point was on point with companies that became billion-dollar companies. Companies like, eBay and Facebook and others, okay? And these are the things you have to look for as a leader. Be involved with people that are on a growth mission in life, not with people that are just satisfied and complacent and, not willing to, do the work. When we've just got through with our workshops online, it's amazing to me how many people are now more laser focused than ever, especially with all this COVID, new COVID strain going around or virus or whatever. Obviously want to stay healthy and take that into consideration. But the other side of it is you need to be, involved with what leaders are doing. And leaders think outside the box. Plus, also, leaders are great connectors. They're not afraid to go and connect with new people. Besides having a plan, your next biggest objective that you've got to accomplish, I call them feared things first, but is you got to go after the right kinds of people for your business to get it kicked off and started. When you first start your business here in Jeunesse, there's a position on the left and a position on the right. And those are your top, what I want to call captain positions, president positions on the top of your sales organization. Why is this important? You want those positions filled with people that are, like-minded like you and also goal-driven, not only organized, but they want to do better in life and they want to be part of a system that can do it. I'm not sure what numbers and things are being presented at the event this weekend while you're there, but I will tell you this. Over the last, 12 years, what I've seen inside this company is the company's done cumulatively now over $9 billion in sales. The company's paid out more than, 50% of that in the compensation plan to individuals like me, like others, like you, for those folks that wanted to stick and build it. When I first got into Jeunesse, I had to do the same thing. I had to choose a captain for my left or a president and a captain for my right-hand side of my team and go out and make it work. And then together we started working and building. And then if you look at the trajectory, you look at some of my social media, either my Facebook, my Instagram, my Twitter, or any of the other accounts, that I have, you'll see that I post memories of all the events and the hard work that it took to go and build throughout these years. And, looking back, I can look back and see all the building blocks that's led us up to where we are today. And also, this is done as an example so that you, as the new potential developing leader, can have somebody that you say, look, here's a track record of success. And when I first got into Jeunesse, I wasn't successful right away. It took me some time to become a diamond director and then move up to double diamond. I'm working on going triple diamond now. And I've been working on that goal for a little bit of time. Big and immediate goals are different, right? You got long-term goals and you got these short little intermediate goals that you can hit on your way to making the other goals happen. And it's a really important thing that, if you're developing a leader, they have goals, aspirations. In fact, you might want to ask your leaders what their goals and aspirations are, because you can't just guess. A person has to be committed, which is the third one, to making what they want happen. After they've done their journal and they've got their writings and they've got their goals and this and the other, now how committed are they going to be? And commitment is tested almost like a bull in a ring. They're tested by what's their courage level to keep charging the picador there who's got the blade, right? And the strongest bulls keep charging, keep charging, keep charging. And the question I have for all of you is not so much are you an animal or a bull, but are you going to take this opportunity as serious as what you can take it and move your life to the next level? Now, one of the other things about leaders is, although they get committed, is they're not afraid of the work. Okay, they're not afraid of the hard work, not afraid to put in the time, because they're working on something that is completely, it's a passion inside of them. It's something that's burning that they really want to make happen in their lives. Not so much to showcase how good they are as an individual, but to show that they have what it takes to go out and make it happen. And when I say make it happen, I'm talking about making life happen. And making life happen requires work ethic. And work ethic is, I understand you may have been in Hawaii on the Emerald trip, or you may have been on one of the other events, and this and the other, but guess what? Time doesn't stop. And you can't take 2, 3, 4, 5 days off and say, and come back and say, okay, now I'm ready to work. No, you got to be, you're inside your first quarter right now, January. What's your game plan for February and March? What's your work ethic like? How many times are you willing to show up? As I've traveled around the world in many events, including some of them in South Africa and India and, globally in the Middle East and some other places around the world, Russia and, you name the countries, Europe, Latin America. I will say this to you, that I've been so tired sitting in a dinner meeting or a meeting or lunch meeting, I've fallen asleep. And the teams and organizations are like, hey, listen, Adam, go get some rest and let's hit it again the next day. But that's the work ethic I'm talking about. Are you willing to give and put in more than what you're receiving? In fact, the lifestyle that I've created inside our business here in Jeunesse and other incomes is I want you to understand that there's a price to pay. And I'm not saying that it's an easy thing to swallow necessarily. But, done in bite-sized chunks, and you break it down, the goal, the dream, and you look forward to hitting these things, you can go out and make it happen. Now, is it easy? No, it's hard. But leaders and development leaders don't mind the hardness. They already have an understanding that in order to change or move their life or to grow their lives and move their lives from where they are to the next level, there's going to be some growth required. There's going to be some new friendships. There's going to be some acquaintances that you're going to have to cut and say, I'm sorry, you no longer qualify for my time. Because these people are not being part of the goal. And, some people look back and go, Adam, what's it like, losing friendships and leaders and what have you? And I'm like, listen, that's the price we pay. I just got done in getting ready for a workshop. I was watching the movie The 300. And Leonidas, the leader of that group, talk about motivation to move your life, to do better, to be up, to practice, to work out, to be engaged, to walk into fear, knowing that, you're the leader and you're going to handle things and take care of things. Take care of the situation. This is an important trait. And leadership development, these are things that I look for inside my team, organizations, and companies globally. I'm looking for a certain trait. And you know what those traits are when a leader shows up. You can tell, right? And these are the things that you got to develop. Now, why do I think you can make it, big here inside Jeunesse? And I'm going to tell you why. The company's got a good track record, right? If you take a look at the last 12 years, what the company's done, the markets they penetrated in and what have you. Listen, there's plenty of growth to take place throughout the world. And do I think we're going to get back to a regular travel schedule or have things work where it's going to be as easy as it was before? Probably not, because, now we're living with COVID and it's going to be part of who we are moving forward like it has been. Just, now there's more focus on it. You got to take your business online. You got to have systems online to drive, which, we have for our teams and organizations. You got to have trainings. You got to have, a specific mastermind group. Who are the people you're going to take into confidence that you're going to place around you so you can go out and make your dreams and your lifestyle happen. Maybe you're a single guy right now and you're up and coming. Great. Well, listen, I'm pretty sure you probably got goals and dreams or aspirations of maybe having a family and building a life. And maybe you're one of the single gals or ladies in the organization that's looking to build and make things happen. Great. Get serious about your business and your future. And I promise you along the way, you'll find the right kind of business partner to become part of who you are, that'll respect who you are as an individual and what your goals, dreams, and aspirations are. In building our business, my wife Jessica has been there, right? So in having partners and organizations and having somebody that you're obviously married to or you've got a great partnership with, you want to have goals, dreams, aspirations where you can share these things with those folks and they support you. Okay, it's not a pull down thing; it's a building up, and the building up is massively important. What's really great about the teams and organizations that we've built or we've been part of building around the world, even though there's language barriers because we can't always speak the same language, the passion and the love for what we're doing comes through and is true of what we're doing inside the business. You really need to love the person that you're working with. And I would say the next big step is understanding that you're not making money from them, you're making money with them. Just like an investor or a franchise or a distributorship here inside Jeunesse, you're partnering with people that would like you and your success line, the upline or sales organization that they're part of, to be able to develop your leadership team and group moving forward. And there's a whole set of principles that go along with building a sales organization and a team. And it's not just done 1, 2, 3 lickety split, overnight or even in a month. Okay, it takes time for understanding, for a culture to be developed inside your sales organization or team, and to move your group from you need to be the bridge, right? From going from disbelief, because a lot of people talk about network marketing, direct selling, and what have you, but like few people actually have the principles to go out and build it and to be that bridge, okay? To actually help people move from where they are to what they really want to become. And the biggest thing is people think these are massive, big steps done now. No, they are small, significant percentage changes consistently done over time that leads the group and organization and the team to making amazing things happen when it comes down to personal leadership development. And the other beautiful thing about developing leaders is that we never know who the leader is going to be. We're looking, you're always looking at the organization or the people saying who's going to be that new shooting star or who's going to be that new leader that's going to go out and make things happen. And I believe that you're given seeds of greatness and they've been put inside of you. And you're watching my message and the message from the other directors and other Diamond team members that are at the event or delivering a message to you virtually. I want you to know something. Number one, we care about your success. Number two, we're looking. We wanted to see if you have the leadership qualities that will allow you to become massively successful. And then the third thing, while I end up here on my presentation today, is that I can't make you, nobody can make you a leader. What's going to make you a leader is the inner voice, the inner driven side of your personality that's either gotten sick and tired of what the current circumstances are and you want to make them better, or you've always known you had the right mindset and leadership, and the real question is you were looking for the right vehicle, and now you're ready to put your eggs into this basket. So in closing, I'm going to say this to all of you. Look, it's a privilege for me to come to you from my beautiful home up here in Incline Village in Lake Tahoe in Nevada. But I will tell you that the people that are around you, the same groups and teams that you have sitting in the audience right now, as you look to your left or to your right, want to know that they can do it. And they also are saying, who is that next leader going to be? And my blessing I give to you is that I believe the leader is you. And that's everybody watching this. You've all been given seeds of greatness. It's the beginning of the year. It's now time for you to step up and elevate your life and believe. And listen, whether you need to, ask for the higher power to bless your efforts moving forward, significant other, mom and dad, business partner, whoever it is in your life, be a support mechanism. Help your future leader make the decision to move forward and go after their dreams. Remember that the future is bright, and those who believe are the ones that are going to go out and make things happen. So listen, from my family to yours, I believe in you. I want to thank the management team for having my video played there this weekend. And I can't wait to see all of you on the top of the world and develop your skill set, just like some of the other major leaders inside our sales organization. Whether you're listening to, Alex Arnold this weekend, or you're part of Sherry Sharman's group and team with the Go Girl group. Maybe you're there with, Rika and some of the other leaders. Listen, go after your dreams, make them happen, and I will see you on the top of the world, and there's tons of space. And thank you very much for listening to me, and take care. God bless. Bye-bye.